Hey girls, I'm going to be showing y'all a tutorial today on how I get my everyday makeup to turn out like this. Starting off with the e.l.f. Halo Glow. This is in shade 5, medium tan. I like to apply it right here, right here, right here, and right here. I like to blend it out with a big foundation brush. Next, I'm using this Saie Slip Tint Concealer. This one's in shade 11. I like to apply it right here, and right here. I'm just going to blend that out with a wet beauty blender. I like to blend this one out underneath my eyes and staying along like the side of my nose right here. And then for under my chin, I like to just stay right here. And then same thing on this side, staying on the side of my nose. Next, I'm using this LYS bronzing stick. This one is in shade Courage. I'm going to apply a little bit right here, along the middle of my nose, right here, and right here. Next, I'm using a different beauty blender from the one I used earlier so they don't mix. And I'm just going along where I put that bronzer and blending it. For the nose, I like to just go straight down with the bronzer. Next, I'm using the Huda Beauty setting powder. This one's in shade Banana Bread, and I usually use a powder puff, but today, since I'm keeping it a little bit more casual, I'm using just a brush and getting a little bit of the product and just sweeping it where I had that concealer earlier. Next, I'm using Armani Beauty's Sunlit Bronzer. This one's in shade 110, and I'm just using a fluffy brush and brushing the side of my cheek where I put the bronzer at earlier. Same right here and right here, along the cheek right here. So where I put that bronzer right here and right here. Next, I'm using the Dibs Beauty eyeshadow brush and using that same bronzer. I'm gonna use it on my eyelids, like as if it's eyeshadow. And this is super easy. You just blend it in like circles on top of your eye and blend it into that bronzer that was on the side of my face right here. And I'm going to take a little bit of bronzer and put it along the middle of my nose where I put that bronzer at earlier. I'm kind of pinching the brush to where it goes straight on. For eyebrows, I use like any eyebrow spoolie. I'm just using this random one off the other end of this eyebrow pin. I just like to brush my eyebrows in place. Next, I'm using this Lipton Snatch Pin. This one's by NYX and it's in shade Espresso, and it looks like just this little pin. And I use it just to fill in like the tails of my eyebrows, just to make like the ends a little bit more thick. Like, look how much better that brow looks in that one. Next, I'm using the shade Caramel in the same Lipton Snatch Pin, and I like to put a little bit of freckles right here in my nose, like right before like it goes up a little bit on my nose. And then I also put a few on my cheek. Next, I'm using this highlighter by Benefit. It's the shade Cookie, and I'm using just this little tiny brush. And I'm gonna put a little bit of highlighter here and then blend that out with my finger, and also on the bridge of my nose right here, and also blend that out, and then on the corners of my eyes going towards the middle. And then right here I turn the brush like sideways like this, and I just make like a line going up like this on both sides, and then I blend that out with my finger. Then for blush, I'm using this Dior blush. It's in shade Pink. And right in between, like where the concealer and the bronzer is, I just use this like fluffy mini eyeshadow brush, and I just brush like in between right there. It's not very noticeable, but it does add a little bit of pink back into my face. Then I'm using this Tweezerman eyelash curler, and I'm gonna curl both my eyelashes. Then I'm taking that same Lipton Snatch Pen in shade Espresso, and I'm gonna follow my waterline all the way from right here all the way across underneath my lashes. Look how much fuller this one already looks without mascara on. Like, my eyelashes already look so full without even putting mascara on yet. Next, I'm taking the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, and I just apply a good coat on both eyelashes. I like to do it like back and forth like this. Next, I like to use any type of volumizing mascara. This is the Superfan by Smashbox, but honestly, I use like any volumizing mascara I have in my drawer just to give it a little bit more volume from the Telescopic Mascara. Next, I'm using this lip liner in Sand Beige. This one's a NYX one, and I'm just gonna line my lips like normal. And I'm using the Saie Beauty lip gloss in shade Shake, and I just put it on like a normal gloss. And here's the finished look. I hope this tutorial was easy to follow along to. Bye guys.